So Biorhythm, its subtitle is Music and the Body. And the idea is that we wanted to explore the relationship between music and human physiology, and how it's not just a one-way street. Our physiology is affected by our music, and also our music is almost an abstraction of our own physiology and our capacity for communication. Biorhythm has an inherent draw for people in general, because it has this music is something that everyone inherently will plug into, but it also has this very interesting, very deep connection to physiology and how our bodies are affected by music and how our bodies have affected the development of music over time. Each of the objects themselves stands alone and apart and acts as like a jumping off point for conversation. For example, emotion and motion and chains of emotion both look at the galvanic skin response. And this is the capacity for our skin to conduct electricity. We have a couple of pieces that examine that and put it to effect in different ways. So chains of emotion, for example, it's a room that's filled with chains that go from the floor to the ceiling, and one of them is a ground chain, and so all of the rest of them are charged. So by bridging the gap between the chains, you generate a tone or generate a musical sequence, one of which is the sound of like an electrical shock, like a bzzzt. And so it can be quite mischievous and kind of fun that when somebody comes into the space and connects those two chains, they sound like they're about to get an electric shock, and so they jump away from it again. My favorite sculpture in the piece is called Here Here by Papermen, who are based in Dublin. And that's an electronic representation of the pinna and the cochlea, which is, it is the main sound sensing apparatus that we have in our bodies. So the Health Museum is nice because it's a quiet enough space, and when you're in there on your own, you can hear the heartbeat from its permanent exhibition. It has a large heart just across the way. And you can see that heartbeat triggering the cilia on the electronic cochlea. And so you just have this background noise that is vibrating the sculpture. And as a kinetic sculpture, it just looks beautiful. Biorhythm is a great show because it gets people to think about music in a way that they never normally would. I think a lot of the time, music is seen as like an abstraction. It's something that everybody will engage with, but no one really thinks about why music is a thing. The objects that we have in the space all act as jumping off points to have conversations about these concepts.